Hi, in this video, we are going to look at how we tackle inequalities with x on both sides. Now, the aim here is to keep our variable positive. So just like we did with equations, when we have an inequality with an x on both sides, we move the variable terms to the side with a higher coefficient. To better explain, let's look at some examples. Solve for x in the following inequality. 6x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 5x. We have an x term and an x term. 6 is our higher coefficient. So we're going to move our 5x to the left-hand side. So we have 6x. To move 5x, we're going to say negative 5x. Then we have greater than or equal to. And now we're going to move our 4 to the right, and we get negative 4. 6x minus 5x is x, which is now greater than or equal to negative 4. Let's do another one. 5x plus 6 is greater than 3x plus 8. We have an x term. 5 is higher than 3, so we're going to leave 5x where it is. Let's move our 3x across, and we get negative 3x is greater than the 8, which is already on the right. Then we're going to move our 6 across, and we say negative 6. 5x minus 3x is 2x, is greater than 8 minus 6, which is 2. Now to get x by itself, let's divide both sides by 2. So we can say over 2 and over 2. On the left, the 2's cancel. We have x is greater than 2 over 2, which is 1. Let's do another one. 4x plus 3 is smaller than 2 multiplied by the bracket x plus 3. Now, in a previous video, we looked at how we can divide by this coefficient over here. But here we have two terms. We can divide 4 by 2, but the minute we divide 3 by 2, we get a fraction. And this becomes a little bit more intricate when solving for x. So in a case like this, we need to expand this bracket. So on the left, we have 4x plus 3 is smaller than 2 multiplied by x is 2x, and 2 multiplied by 3 is positive 6. Now we have a coefficient of 4 and a coefficient of 2. 4 is the higher value, so we can leave 4x where it is. Let's move this 2x across, and we get negative 2x is smaller than. On the right, we already have 6, so we can say 6 over here. We're going to move this 3 across, and we say minus 3. Now on the left, 4x minus 2x is 2x, is smaller than 6 minus 3, which is 3. Now to get x by itself, let's divide both sides by 2. So we say over 2 and over 2. On the left, the 2's cancel, and we're left with x. On the right, we have a fraction 3 over 2. This cannot be simplified further, so we just say x is smaller than 3 over 2. Let's do another one. 3 multiplied by the bracket x minus 4 is greater than 5 multiplied by the bracket x minus 10. Let's start by expanding these brackets. 3 multiplied by x gives us 3x. 3 multiplied by negative 4 is negative 12. Then we say greater than. On the right, 5 multiplied by x is 5x. And 5 multiplied by negative 10 is negative 50. Now we have a coefficient of 3 and a coefficient of 5. So we're going to move this term here to the right. Let's put in our greater than sign. On the right, we already have 5x. Move 3x, and we get negative 3x. On the left, we have negative 12. So we can say negative 12. On the right, we have negative 50, and we need to move it across. So we say plus 50. Now on the left, negative 12 plus 50 gives us positive 38 is greater than 5x minus 3x, which is 2x. Now we divide both sides by 2. 38 divided by 2 gives us 19. On the right, the 2's cancel, and we can see that x is smaller than 19. Let's do one more example. 3x plus 1 over 5 minus x over 3 is greater than or equal to x plus 12 all over 15. Here we have 3 small fractions. So the first step is to get rid of the denominators. And we do this by finding the lowest common multiple within the denominators. We have 5, 3, and 15. 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. So 15 is the lowest common multiple of each of these denominators. Now we can multiply each of these fractions by 15. This allows us to cancel out the denominators. Let's do this now. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So we now have 3 multiplied by the bracket 3x plus 1. Then we have a minus sign. In our second fraction, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And we get 5 multiplied by x, which is simply 5x. Now we have our sign, greater than or equal to. 15 divided by 1 is 15. Again over here. And we're left with the bracket x plus 12. Now we can multiply this bracket out. 3 multiplied by 3x is 9x. 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. So we say plus 3. Then we have minus 5x is greater than or equal to x plus 12. On the right, we have x plus 12, but on the left, we have 9x minus 5x. So let's add our x terms. 9x minus 5x is 4x. I'm going to write it over here. Then we have plus 3 is greater than or equal to x plus 12. Now we can get our x terms on the same side of the inequality. 4 is greater than 1, so we can say 4x. Let's move x, so we say minus x is greater than or equal to 12, which is already here. Let's move this 3 across, so we say minus 3. Finally, 4x minus x gives us 3x. Let's put that over here. Is greater than or equal to 12 minus 3, which is 9. Finally, we can divide both sides by 3, and we see that x is greater than or equal to 3. Please work through some questions in this section before moving on to our next video.